there's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes.
This is absolutely lit. This is lit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. I am Dark Match Steve. Welcome. Come on in. This is where you can come in and get comfortable and vulnerable and let me do things to your brain and body. I'm taking over. I'm officially in charge. Succumb to my will. Guys, what are we getting into tonight? What kind of fucking absolute nonsense? Oh, new Epstein cell surveillance. That should be really cool. Hey, new Epstein stuff just dropped. We're gonna finally have all the answers, guys. Are you guys excited? Are you guys excited? The Trump administration is giving us all of the Epstein files. God damn it. Well, anyway, yes, we're gonna get into some of that tonight. As you can tell, I'm very enthusiastic about it, guys. I love getting new, reliable data from the government. Probably one of the top 5 things I love most in life is getting valid, valuable, and I'm trying to think of another V word for some reason. I don't even know why. And vindicating evidence from the government. I love getting information straight from the government, right off the tap. So that's what we're doing tonight, guys. We're going to take a look at some of this shit. And by shit, I mean bull fucking shit. I'm kidding. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Let's see what they dropped. No, actually, I do. It's bullshit, guys. So we're going to get into that. We're going to take a look at that. So tonight, where are we? YouTube, X, and Rumble. We'll see how that goes. Sometimes when I cover the Epstein stuff, I like to put Rumble in the mix. Yeah. So yeah, wherever you're at, get in the chat. We're in those 3 spots tonight. Wherever you're watching, get in the chat. I got you all in one place here over on the StreamYard. Come say hello. Come tell me I've got it all wrong and really Trump is not on the Epstein list and him being on it is not the reason that we're not seeing an Epstein list. And I've got it all wrong. Tell me in the chat. Don't let me sit here looking stupid just for your entertainment. God damn. All right, let me get over to you guys. Say hello. Now, you all know, I almost forgot to say it. I like to keep reminding you guys to encourage people to get up in the chat. Okay? So we know. We got a little game in the chat. It's my little game. It's just like kind of like Saw. Do you want to play a game? Get in the chat. Whoever is first in my chat, right? We might come up with a better prize eventually. I don't know. But for right now, what we got is just what I'm good at. You get a free prostate milking if you're first in my chat. Now, you know the rules. If you are first in my chat and you are a female, you do not have a prostate. I hate to inform you. It's not because I'm anti-trans or something that I'm telling you this. I'm just stating biological facts. This should not be controversial, okay? We're not even anywhere near the controversial stuff on this here stream, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are a female, you do not have a prostate. Only us boys do. Freak. All you women are freaks. You don't have prostates. If you are a woman, you don't have a prostate. I can't give you a prostate milking, okay? So you are allowed to gift the free prostate milking to a man of your choice. if you are a man in my chat, first in my chat, you get a free prostate milking. You are not allowed to regift it to a friend for Christmas or something. You must receive the free prostate milking. Those are the rules. If you don't like it, don't get in the chat first. It's really not that complicated. Look, I'm not saying everyone in my chat has to get one from me, okay? That would be weird. That would be crossing the line, guys, okay? I'm not going to do that. But anyway, yeah, let's move on. We're 18 minutes into this goddamn stream, and I'm still talking about prostate milkings. Holy shit! Let's get it moving. Got a lot to cover. Fat Pig is in here first. God damn, this guy is like an absolute prostate milking fiend. He won't let hardly anybody else get a free one. What time was in here? 7:08. I had the stream set up very early. So anyone else could have got in there. Really, the Fat Pig couldn't have seen it coming. I had the stream set up by like 4:30 or something today. So I guess the rest of y'all didn't want it bad enough. That's what that means. Lover, good evening, Fat Pig. Thank you for being in here first. I love you, Piggy. I love you, little piggy. Michael Earl's up in here. You just missed a free prostate milking. Hell, I'll give you one for free too if you want it. And if you don't want it. Stacy G's up in here. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, friends. Hello, friends. Stacy, the glorious pig. Yeah, he is glorious, isn't he? Thank you all for joining. Bob Cook's up in here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Promo code Lummy's up in here. Thank you guys for the support. I don't have Facebook in the rotation tonight. I normally get a few people on there, and I noticed y'all still came out. Some y'all still found the stream. I see, I got over 30 that I see on my end. I know some of that is on Twitter and Rumble. But, yeah. What's up, Dutch Duke's up in here? What's up? Ladies and gentlemen, just so you guys know, Dutch Duke is in here. We are in the presence of royalty. Maybe bow your head, take off your hat. I'm not going to do that because I need a haircut. Richie's up in here. 9:01, bro. I was on here. It was like 8:05 when I clicked the start button. Where are you at? You aren't. Yeah, your chat says 8:01. You're somewhere else. You're not in Florida. You're a little west of us somewhere. I don't even know. Rainy's up in here. What's up, Rainy? Nightly Glorious Pig is getting the nightly milking. Well done, sir. Well done. If there was a contest for who could get the most prostate milkings done by me, it would be Fat Pig, hands down, would win that one. Richie, you're not first, bro. You're way down here, fam. You trying to trick me? You want one that bad, just DM me. Jesus Christ. Don't look so desperate in the chat. You want a free milking, just DM me. Anybody. You don't have to even get in the chat. You know what? It's on me. It's on the house tonight. Thomas Gilson, lover. What's up? Thomas Gilson's up in here. Let's get slutty. I intend to tonight, guys. Al Pacino's up in here. What's up? Scott Starbird, the man himself, the doctor, the captain. He's got many titles. I think he's probably an attorney too. Welcome. Donald Ferguson's up in here. Adam Wiley. What's up, guys? What's up? Thank you guys for coming inside me. Don't pull out. Scrolling down. I'm trying not to skip over any, saying hello to anybody. Oh, yes, free milking. They're like hotcakes around here, Bob D. What's up, Bob D? Bob D up in the chat. What's up? Good to see you. Eatmore's in here. Oh, I almost skipped little Gipper. Love you, I love you, little Gipper. Goddamn, I appreciate that. Thank you guys for coming to hang. Let's see what we get into. So for real, just, spoiler alert. There are a few things that I saved here and some points we might get into that you may have not seen somewhere else. So I know this is that's already going around. Some of y'all might have seen some of the shit we're going to get into if you've been on Twitter or whatever, but I saved a few things. We're going to talk about it a little bit and just see where it goes. There's a lot of people that straight up, and this isn't even really, a critique per se, but it's just like, I'm sure there's a lot of people that they've seen a lot of the stuff. They made up their mind kind of about how they feel, and they're going to just get on here and whatever show they do and just spit it at you and try to get you to agree with their perspective on it. Guys, I truly look, you guys know, if I could tell you guys my whole theory and why I think this even ties back to like the Trump assassination thing. You guys know my theory on the Trump assassination, right? I don't really believe that happened how people think it happened. And by that I mean at all. I don't think his ear got shot. There's so much we could go off, but this almost directly ties into my whole theory of why that happened, what exactly happened, and our greatest ally as well, how that ties them into all of this. Don't don't make me call you, son of a bitch. Why don't you just wait till I get into the subject before you want to call in and fight me about it? Anyone that's new around here, this son of a bitch, the fat pig. You all know we had an infamous debate on my channel here about, what was his name, Tyrone and Kyle. Who are those? The fucking Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. Whatever. I just thought, the blackest and whitest names ever. Fucking those guys. There's my infamous debate with the fat pig about that shit on here. Go check that out. Watch me school him. Assassination denier. So this is the thing. If you guys, I don't want to get too philosophical too quickly, because there's got to be some people that are going to click on this thinking I'm going to get right into the video and whatever. We need to get right into it soon here. But so this assassination denier, I don't like terms like that, because this is the thing is, I don't know how some people go about life and whatever. I have pretty much accepted that I get it, that the world we live in is sort of, it's like built upon illusion, sort of. That's like the nature of reality, is illusion. You're never going to really, when it comes to anything, I've noticed this, that you're just really never going to get to the full truth on anything. And I keep that in mind as I function through the world. Sometimes it's like, so to speak, you have to make up your mind on things to just make decisions in life and function and go into the future and whatever. And I keep this in mind throughout every little fucking decision I make, is like, do I really fucking know? Do I know? And do I know on the level that I need to know into order to make this next decision I'm making or whatever? So yeah, when I look at all of the stuff from the assassination attempt on Donald Trump, of course, I think it is a possibility that it happened the way that it sort of seems that it happened. Like, Trump's ear got shot, and, the guy on the roof, we may or may not know if he was, oh, fuck. I got a phone call. May not know if he's involved in intelligence, whatever. Let me get back to that. Sorry, I got a phone call. Hello? I'm streaming. Okay. All right. But where was I at? Yeah. So look, I completely leave open the possibility that happened, at least on face value, to some degree. It is like what it looks like. I'm willing to consider that as a possibility. But deep down, guys, like, it's sort of like, I've looked at it. I've looked at different things a bunch of different times, and really, when it comes to different sets of footage from it and whatever, I truly try to look at stuff and keep any biases out of my head and just look at it and be like, okay, what does this look like? When I first heard the idea that some people, I saw someone, or it was a tweet or something on Instagram, someone considered the idea that, and it was some liberal, but some fucking person just went, I don't even think Trump really got shot. Da 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 da. And so, just like I do with every other little fucking theory or stuff that we debate about, whether it's like medical stuff or fucking, whatever, shit involving the government, philosophical bullshit, it's like when I hear someone say something, I go, okay, I didn't even really like think about that. I just, you know, I didn't strongly consider that. I did think about it. What if it was fake? But I didn't strongly consider it. So let me go take a look. And then when I looked at the video after someone having had said that, I was like, I clicked on the video, the different videos of Trump getting shot, and just expected to see blood trickling down from his ear or something. Because the amount of blood is just the amount of blood that you see when Donald Trump gets up, with that amount of blood that seems to be on his face, I just feel like you should have kind of been able to see it like actually dripping, like blood flow coming out. If you're down on the ground for like, what was he down for? 5 seconds, and he had all of this going into his mouth and down his face and whatever. And when I looked at the videos again, I was just like, I don't know. This is like, I'm finding it hard to convince myself that it was real now. And, that's sort of where I'm totally, just for the record, I'm not like 100% on it. I'm trying to convince everybody else that it wasn't real, because I know it's just not, it wasn't real. It's the ear bleeds like a motherfucker. Well, I'm just saying, like, it should be consistent, right? I don't know what medication Donald Trump is on, but generally, when people get older, they take like aspirin and shit that thins your blood, and it makes you bleed even more. And I doubt he's on medications that are like making his blood coagulate faster, because that's normally not the case with older people. I barely know what I'm talking about, but whatever. But yeah, with the amount of blood that you saw on his face. Oh, no. Those people, I think those people died. Yeah, why not make it look more real by shooting 2 actual people in the crowd? Yeah. I think I saw that. Didn't you make that point a minute ago? Yeah, I see your thing up here too. I had my eye on it. I was going to come back to you, Scott. But Brian from Philly's up in here. What's up, sir? What's up? What's up? Was it a BB gun? No, I don't know. I mean, I don't honestly, I haven't seen any picture of Trump's ear that it looks like it was even shot with a BB gun. To have that much blood come from your ear and there be basically the spot on, when people show his ear, there was like one, I forget, there was like 1 or 2 pictures of his ear. I think it may have been after he went on Donald Trump went on Joe Rogan's show. And I don't know if it was around then or what, but even when the picture of Trump's ear that I've seen, where people are like, look, there's a tiny little spot. It looks like it looks like the rest of his skin that doesn't have makeup on it. He's got like sunspots and stuff. Brian from Philly, that's like what I'm saying, dude. I hate to say it, but guys, Donald Trump literally did pro wrestling. You guys get it, right? Like, do you understand what we're dealing with here? Donald Trump literally did pro wrestling. Shaved Vince McMahon's head. Do you all think like that was real too? Like that was all real heat? I mean, come on. blood packs exist. There's all kinds of ways that you can make it look like you got shot. I bet I could do an even more convincing job pretending I got shot. I bet I could. But again, dude, guys, I'm not saying that I'm 100%. I'm just like, ugh. And then this stuff with there's all of this talk about how people think, okay, well, Elon Musk even brought it up himself, and he was not the first person to say this, that Donald Trump is on the Epstein files. He's in the client list, and there's videos of him and this and that. And oops, now the FBI is going to come out and say, look, guys, there was no trafficking ring. There was nothing. We have nothing. In fact, Ghislaine Maxwell doesn't even exist. Who is Jeffrey Epstein? What are you guys talking about? We're the government. We have amnesia. It's like, oh, okay. So the Mossad wasn't involved in any of this, right, guys? The Mossad, who is Israeli intelligence, all right? And then now, after Trump got shot in the ear, that pretty much guaranteed that he got elected as president. And Donald Trump, there's been a couple speed bumps here and there, but not really. Trump has been like buddy-buddy with Netanyahu, and they can pretty much bomb however many kids they want to in Israel. It's just like, oh, wow, guys, Donald Trump gets elected because of this assassination attempt. Then he pretty much gives Israel the green light to do whatever the fuck they want. And then, oops, guys, we swear there's no connection between Epstein and the Mossad. Look, even Donald Trump's administration, he looked into it. And you guys know the conspiracy theorists love Donald Trump. It's like, give me a break. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. This is a test, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, K-Dog's in here, and so is, what's his name? Gene Lasker. All right, I'll shut up. Let me bring up a couple things. Let's take a look. Where should we go first? I didn't have planned where we should go first. So this is the infamous... Since I got it on the thumbnail, let's go ahead and take a little look. Let's take a peek at the new video that came out. How exciting, guys. And for the record, everyone, I might be a little slower tonight because StreamYard decided to update, and it all looks different. It all looks different back here. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what's going on. Can you guys see this? Okay, here we go. I'll take you guys away from there real quick. Let me get to where I need to go there, because the video that was playing was black people shooting each other in the hood. That's not what we're talking about tonight. We're saving that for another night. All right, let's check out these tweets. We got some badass tweets here. Get you guys back here. I'll go down here. All right. Wait. Who is this? Woon Tang is for the children. Wait, LMAO. So apparently the Epstein cell surveillance video that Patel and Bondi released is not even the same cell that was originally shown with the tape on the door after the suicide. So this is the video. I should have just showed you the video first, but I saved this one tweet. This is the video that everyone's sharing around now. There's apparently, I forget if it's like over 10 hours or something like that. This video that was released by the government. So, they are saying, this is the argument here. Let's break this down, guys. They are saying that, look, we released this video, and this is Epstein's cell here. One of these, it's Epstein's cell. And look, here's a 10-hour video surveillance of his cell from the day that he, either took himself out or got taken out like trash by somebody else, the janitor. And look, it's a full 10-hour video, and you don't see anybody go in there. So they're saying this is the proof that there's nothing to see, guys. He took his own life. You just like be mad about it, I guess. We're the FBI. Oh, but wait. Here's the picture they released before of his cell. Funny, that does not look the same. Weird how that does not look the same. Let's find out why that doesn't look the same, guys. This is his cell. This was a real photo released by our government. Look, he's in there. He's dead. We promise. And Israel had nothing to do with this. Stay out. Do not cross. But as you can see, these are not the same doors. This is at an angle. This is a straight wall. These are not the same doors. Why is that like that? Let's get into it. Rainey, yes, you are right. Quit spoiling things in my chat. That's going to be another rule in my chat. We only have so many rules. I don't even have moderators, okay? I've never banned anyone. But there's only a few rules we have. What were they again, guys? I forget. No doxing. Number 1, no doxing. And I know a lot of y'all have heard all this. I'm adding a new rule now because of Rainey. No doxing in my chat. I don't want to see people's addresses or any phone numbers in my chat. Not even 8675309. When someone got me with that. Made me think someone was getting doxxed and I got all flapped up about it, okay? Don't even do that. You will be banned if you put real or fake phone numbers in my chat, okay? Number 2, don't be funnier than me in my chat. You think of a funny joke. You DM it to me. I say the joke. Okay? I won't have that in my chat. You are crossing the line. And then number 2, Rainey, if you get in here and 60 seconds, you're spoiling a little, factoid that I could have pretended I'm revealing to everyone because I have special knowledge. You're totally breaking the illusion that I am like ahead of the curve with information. Also, if you buy a house from Rainey in chat, let me know because I want my cut. You're in my chat, so we've got 4 rules. That's it. Funny faces in here. I dox myself every night. I dock every night. How about that? You are a troublemaker. Remember, you have some interesting information. You DM that to me. And a joke. Sniz is in here. Gone in 60 seconds. Yes, there are 60 seconds missing from this video as well. Rainey spoiled it. No, it's okay. But no, so there's also, that is another thing, Rainey. They are pretending that this is proof of something. There are 60 seconds missing from this. And on top of it, we should, I should bring up the video. Let me look. Cell video, I guess, yeah. So here's proof. This is people are showing. I'll blow this up bigger. These are where you can't see the timestamp now. I'll go over here then, I guess. Or wait, did they remove? Oh no, here we go. All right. So you can see in the bottom left corner of this video itself here, we've got the time. Now watch the time. It goes from 11:58 and 59 seconds to midnight, right? So there's a full minute missing from this. You see it? 11:58, 57, 58, 59. Oh, 12 o'clock. So, and on top of this, guys, if there were any video, we don't even have to go with like, oh, AI is so good, this video might not be real at all. It could be completely fake, which is possible, unfortunately. But, hold on a second. The news website that posted it deleted some minutes, bro, to shorten it. Dude, why? Okay. We can look to see if that is the case. What I'm about to say is gonna dismiss the fact of that, needing that minute needing to be there it's going to dismiss that anyway. Because if you look at this video, just for the record, it doesn't completely dismiss the timestamp thing, but for the record, you've got a video like this. This is probably, if you wanted to edit the video of Epstein's cell, this is the ideal video to do that with. Everything that is in this frame for long periods of time, everything in this frame is completely still. There isn't an AC that's blowing a piece of paper. There isn't anything like a tissue coming out of a tissue box that's blowing in the AC. There isn't fucking a clock. There isn't anything in this video that is moving. There are clips where there's people in the background over here that are moving around, but you have long periods of time where there's nothing moving in this video. Literally all you'd need to do to edit this video, if you had a, let's say at minute 11:35 or whatever, you had someone walk in here to assassinate Epstein, all you'd have to do is splice the video here and here where the timestamp and take that part, cut it, and then play one of these still shots where nothing is happening. It's a video, but it may as well be a picture because nothing is happening. All you have to do is cut that and duplicate it and take out the part where someone is coming into Epstein's room and leave the timestamp at the bottom. This is like the easiest video to fucking edit ever if you wanted to cut out an assassin walking into someone's cell. Hung like an egg, apparently. Yeah. That would make me want to off myself if I were Epstein and I were hung like an egg. So maybe he did. I don't know. Now I don't know, guys. Okay, but on top of this, guys, we're going to look. This isn't even Epstein's cell. Has anyone told you that? This isn't even Epstein's cell. Why does it look different? We already established it looks different than his actual cell picture that they released years ago when he died. Or how many? It was a couple years ago, right? 2019, right? Oh yeah, it's right here on the Okay. So yeah, a couple years ago when he passed during Trump's administration, guys. While Trump was in office and Epstein offed himself, you guys remember who was the president? Okay, good. So this isn't even his cell. Let me show you guys why. Let me go to the layout of the jail. Because this is the entrance basically to a corridor of different cells. So, right, there are other cell mates. There are other prisoners, inmates, that are in this area where we don't have footage. Where are you guys on? Okay, just making sure. I got to be careful with Twitter, guys, because tits and ass. Okay, so I got a few different. Let's take a look at this one. This one looks pretty detailed. Okay. I'll show you this guy's whole tweet. Go down here. Sniz says, if they whacked Epstein, why didn't they whack Ghislaine Maxwell? Well, that's the thing too, Sniz. I don't really think that they whacked Epstein. I think they just got him out of there. If I had to actually, if someone said, you have to bet, I don't know how much I'd be willing to lose on this bet, but this is another where I'm saying, in theory, we have a crystal ball that is actually 100% true. You can guarantee 100%, look at the actual, really what happened, and there'd be no question about it. If we had some way to verify like that, And they said, look, we'll let you see this, but you got to bet your money first. You got to bet at least like, I don't know, 500. I'm pretty broke, $500 or something like that. That's enough for, I mean, really, guys, that's enough to nearly put me on the streets homeless. Okay, so I really mean it when I say that, but enough that I wouldn't have to suck dick for crack. Like I'd still have a couple dollars to buy a crack rock. That's like if I lost 500. They said you had to bet this money on whether or not Epstein got killed, what happened to him, whatever. I would say, I'm pretty sure he did not get taken out, and he's not in there, right? And with Ghislaine Maxwell, guys, this is, this ties back to that whole thing. What was it? Which news agency was it? Do you guys remember? It was like New York Post, whoever it was that released the pictures of her at In-N-Out Burger. That picture was faked. The picture was edited. They put a different on the I don't want to go over too much of the same shit over and over again, but we looked it up on here. There's plenty of articles where it showed Ghislaine Maxwell. Those pictures at the In-N-Out Burger were edited. There's a bus stop that is behind Ghislaine Maxwell in those photos, and the advertisement on the bus stop is different from the advertisement that was there at that actual time. That's 100% proven. So those pictures of Ghislaine Maxwell were fake. The media got to keep all this together, guys, because when you start thinking, oh, it's just this little piece of data, you think that little thing is weird. So it's just the one isolated. No, it's a whole conspiracy, and you should be scared. Okay? The picture was edited and released by the New York Post as if it was real. That means the media is editing pictures for a child trafficker. Hello? Is everybody paying attention? Do we think this is just like a little isolated thing? I hope not. A reputable media outlet edited faked pictures of Ghislaine Maxwell. The only reason that you would edit and change the picture that's on the bus stop in the background is because you're releasing those pictures when she's already like long gone. That is where my head goes with that. If the media is releasing pictures of her that are fake, and they're like, look, Ghislaine Maxwell was just here yesterday, and she's about to go to prison or whatever. And of course, guys, it's a federal trial. So all you have is crayon refrigerator art as proof that she even went to a trial. Are you going to put it past our government to think that they'd fake a federal trial where you're only allowed to see crayon pictures? Be real. The government's done crazier, more fucked up shit. Anyway, let's take a look at this. Now I'm screaming. I feel like Scott Starbird. I start screaming. I'm channeling my inner Scott Starbird. Okay, let's blow this up. Let's read this tweet, and we'll take a look at the layout of the jail to again show how the video they released is not Epstein's personal cell. For the FBI DOJ to claim anything at all from the one working Epstein cell block video camera feed, let alone, therefore he killed himself, is infuriatingly insulting. Here's the data. As best as I can tell, lining things up, only a sliver of a corner of the stairs leading to Epstein's cell block is visible in this one lone working camera angle. So we don't know if A, someone was already inside the cell block, killed him, if B, if someone went up the right side of the staircase, or C, if even this video feed was altered by Ehud Barak's firm, or even an FBI cover-up crew. as I said, guys, this is the ideal video this is the video angle you would want right here. It's not like the whole time you're looking at guards sitting there at a desk and a security desk, and there's people that are like constantly checking in, and there's a clock in the corner, and there's this and there's. We don't have anything. All you have is basically a still picture for 10 hours that you can fucking make it look like anything happened. But even if you take a look at it face value, you can't possibly rule any scenarios out from this camera angle. To state anything more declarative is utter bollocks. Is this guy British? Okay, let's take a look at this. What? No. Okay, yeah, I know how to use Twitter. The fuck? Fuck off. Okay, so this... Yeah, so check this out. So people are mistakenly thinking, are you guys on, how big is this? Okay, you guys can see it. So this that we're looking at is in this section right here. These doors, these two doors are here. This back here, this is Epstein's cell. Yeah, so it's so this is, bro, this is even funnier. This is the okay, I actually thought this was a different, this still proves my point that this is fucking Epstein's cell way back here. This little bit that you're seeing here that you can't make out what the fuck you're looking at, the desk, this is over here. This is the little bit of the stairs that he's talking about. Look at, can you guys even see this? It's so fucking tiny. This few little parallel lines, short little parallel lines you see right here, this is this staircase. So not only is this not Epstein's cell, but you get even less to see of how to get to Epstein's cell in what you, like, in this frame back here. This is the little bit, this little piece of the stairs is all you can see of if somebody went into Epstein's cell. Case closed. Hey, case closed, guys. We see 4 inches of a staircase that leads to his cell. And I can't see anybody walking up that 4 inches of staircase that you can see. Someone would have to be hanging over the side of the staircase to crawl up it in order for you to be able to see him. And we don't see that, so case is closed. The government isn't completely corrupt, and Israel is not involved in this at all. Case closed. Holy fuck, man. It's really like that. I wish that was like a crazy exaggeration. That's really that's really what we're dealing with. Where was the thing? I had something. Was it I think it was an FBI tweet. Let me try to find this, guys. Let me try to find this. Oh, here we go. Let me bring you guys over to a different tab. Bro, check out this fucking tweet from the FBI. Now, I guess I could go to Twitter and try to verify this. I didn't. We can do that if you guys feel like we really need to. For some reason, though, I believe that they tweeted this. So let's take a look. Help the FBI protect children. As the Attorney General has made clear, We will protect our children and hold accountable those who smear them by rushing the Epstein File's release. You guys who want to see the evidence and put the offenders in jail, you guys are the problem. You reading this tweet here? You hear the FBI loud and clear, don't you? If you want these people behind bars, you are the problem because you're rushing the Epstein files. We need to make sure no one from Israel gets blamed here. So we need to cover all that up. And if you want to see those people go to jail, you're the problem. Help protect our children and hold accountability to those who smear them by rushing the Epstein file release. Oh, those who spread anti-septic extremism, and you guys please know what I'm trying to say here, anti-Semitic extremism, those who spread that and hate speech under the guise of protecting children are exactly who the FBI exists to investigate. Holy fuck. It is antithetical to America and will no longer be tolerated. Report any tips of antiseptic propaganda or violent incidents at 1-800-GO-FUCK-YOURSELF. Wow. So guys, look, if you're crazy enough to know that Ghislaine Maxwell's father was in the Mossad, and if you're crazy enough to believe the multiple agents that have actually said, which we'll get to a news article where an intelligence agent was told to leave Epstein alone because he's part of intelligence. If you believe the people in the government that actually told us that Epstein was involved in intelligence and that is connected to the Mossad, you are the problem. Don't you go connecting dots. Okay? That's antiseptic. Guys, we're so fucked. This is how you know that they're not going to release anything valuable because they don't want to be antiseptic. How about that, guys? It's the government hard at work. You know what I like, though? You guys know my favorite thing, top 5 favorite things to do in life is be fed like a pig in a trough. Be fed the truth to me by the government. That's what I like most in life. Top 5. It's up there. Okay. So we know that's not his room. Oh, let's take a look. Here's What's-Her-Nuts getting grilled by this one dude. That one dude. Are you guys on this tab? Let me get you over here. Okay. Okay, Richie says Epstein had a phone book, bro. A separate client list was social media speculation. Well, I don't know. So this is what we're gonna take a quick look at this because their fucking rep here, the press secretary, is gonna pretty much argue that, but it just seemed like, look, Richie, when there has been multiple times, this is the thing, is this has been brought up so many times to Pam Bondi and Kash Patel about people wanting to see the client list. And it keeps, this client list is repeatedly referenced to by Kash Patel and Pam Bondi. Whether or not they are the ones that bring it up, it is brought up to them. There's at least multiple occasions that it's brought up to them, and they both respond And even, what's his nuts? I forget what, Dan Bongino. We'll play their clip again, I guess, if we have to. But there have been multiple instances of these heads of government agencies having the client list brought up to them, and even Pam Bondi saying that it's on her desk. And it's like, how long did Pam Bondi and Kash Patel really not have their people look into it for this long, that we've been asking this whole time about the client list? They go, okay, yeah, we're looking at the client list. We've got all of it on our desk. Yeah, we're going to release what we can. Da, 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 da. No one ever once went, actually, funny you ask about a client list, because we don't have anything like that. We have a bunch of other stuff we're looking at, and we'll get it right to you guys, but there's no client list. That has never been said until now. Wow, how is this? I mean, again, I would be willing to think like, okay, maybe there wasn't necessarily this was just a rumor on social media and whatever. But like, why am I really to believe that since Trump got elected, people have been foaming at the mouth to get at this client list? Everyone that's ever asked Kash Patel or Pam Bondi a question has brought up the client list. And this is the first. They just are now. They went through every single thing they have, and oops, actually, there is no client list. It just doesn't exist. Yeah, we've basically verified its existence by continuing to tease you guys with the release of it, but you know what? It's just, it's not there.
Okay, so the FBI looked at the circumstances surrounding the death of Jeffrey Epstein. According to the report, this systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. So what happened to the Epstein client list?
Bro, this isn't the clearest video, but even as he says that, she looks like she's holding back a smile because she knows it's bullshit. Look at her fucking face. She looks like she's just struggling not to smirk. Grano Reaper's in here. That cell block video is completely fabricated garbage. Dude, I'm almost there with saying that. I mean, I don't know if you just got here, Grando, but we did show that isn't even the proper angle to have. It's the cell doors that are closest in the video. People are thinking that is Epstein's cell. Luckily, for the FBI and the rest of our shitty government, luckily, most people that see that are thinking that that is Epstein's cell right there in the right side of the frame that you can see the best, the clearest, and it's not. His cell is way out in the distance of this video, and it's not even on the video. There's a stairs that you can see about 4 inches of the very side of the stairs. The rest is blocked. I mean, it's a joke, dude. It's a joke. However you're saying it's a joke, I'm with you. It took them this long to release that. Exactly. Bro, this is what I'm saying. This whole time, people have been clamoring for stuff, and they were pretending or seriously arguing that we can't release all of this stuff because it's going to hurt the children. It's going to hurt the victims. And then when the stuff gets released, we got a cell block video that is not even the right angle and doesn't prove anything. And yeah, now there's no client list. Turns out Epstein was only in trouble for the people he trafficked so that he could bang them. Oh, and whoops-a-daisy, the one victim, Virginia Giuffre, the one victim that was actual proof that Epstein was procuring women for other people to fuck, Prince Andrew, that one victim that proves that he was trafficking, the one victim is dead now. Car crash, ends up in the hospital, fucking, I don't know, she died I don't even remember how the way she died. I forget. She got into a car accident, was in the hospital, and then died like a while later or something. I don't even remember what happened, but she's gone. That's just luck, guys. That's just coincidence. The one victim that was like real good, solid proof that Epstein was doing this for other high profile people. Oops, she's dead, guys.
That the Attorney General said she had on her desk.
Well, I think if you go back and look at what the Attorney General said in that.
Again, he's saying, this guy's asking, why are you guys saying there's no client list? She said it was on her desk.
That interview, which was on your network on Fox
I've
News.
got the quote.
Go ahead.
John Roberts said, DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? And she said, it's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what
Right. So plausible.
The Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that. But again, when it comes to the FBI and the Department of Justice, they are more than committed to ensuring that bad people are put behind bars.
Yeah, that's the name of the game, Grando Reaper. That's very true. And it's, dude, and it works. That is the crazy thing, is it works. And I don't mean, I'm seriously not talking shit here, but I see very smart people expressing the idea that Kevin Spacey was wrongfully accused and wrongfully had his career ruined because he had his day in court and he's a free man. People just don't fucking know. Spacey's victims, there were multiple victims that mysteriously died before they went to court. So he's innocent? That's like if you fucking steal an old lady's purse and she has a heart attack, and so now you get to keep the purse. Okay.
Caroline, the DOJ and FBI have now concluded there was no Jeffrey Epstein client list. What do you tell MAGA supporters who say they want anyone involved in Jeffrey Epstein's alleged crimes to be held accountable?
This administration wants anyone who has ever committed a crime to be held accountable. And I would argue this administration has done more to lock up bad guys than certainly the previous administration. And the Trump administration...
Well, they're not... Lock them up. They're deporting them, right? They're deporting them.
Is committed to truth and to transparency. That's why the Attorney General and the FBI Director pledged at the president's direction to do an exhaustive review of all of the files related to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes and his death. And they put out a memo in conclusion of that review. There was material they did not release because, frankly, it was incredibly graphic and it contained child pornography, which is not something that's appropriate for public consumption. But they committed to an exhaustive investigation. That's what they did, and they provided the results of that. That's transparency.
The globalists are coming! The globalists are coming!
Gates, Schwab, Soros. Gentlemen.
The fuck? You guys are roasting me in the chat. I'm gonna call boom roasted. Graphic video of only Jeffrey Epstein. Oh really? New York Times? God damn it. Fuck me. The fat pig, you son of a bitch! Alright, let me get you guys over to this tab because this son of a bitch is calling into my goddamn show. You son of a bitch.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. What do you want with that fucking
I had to call and tell you that I actually agree with you, and I think you're right.
What the hell? That ain't what I answer your calls for. I'm about to hang up on your ass. You better debate me.
Yeah, you might have to.
You think I'm right, huh?
Yeah, I think the whole list on the desk was bullshit, and it's fucked. But it's the way it goes. Both sides of the government.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Bro, I don't fucking... Look, man.
Now the Trump assassination, I think you're full of shit on that. If you wanted to get in the mud with it, but
We don't need to get in the mud.
like he's got a popping, exploding ear or some shit. Come on.
What? Popping, exploding ear? That's not even necessary because they never even showed the ear getting hit.
Oh, you never stop with the conspiracies.
I just call them how I see them.
Yeah, he calls them like he sees them.
Yeah, I do, and I'm not. I don't. I wish I. Well, no. It is actually. It's very. It's nice. It's very freeing to get on here and actually just be able to say what I think, and I don't have to go. Oh, I shouldn't say that because I have a sponsor, or oh, I'm getting money from
Well, but
whoever the fuck. So I gotta pretend that this is okay. From the MAGA angle. I don't want to
do
lose
you
my
do that for
friend,
clicks, or do you really actually believe that?
huh?
Like it was a staged event. Like the two people in the crowd didn't die.
No, I didn't say
That
that.
he had like a blood pack that burst, and the whole thing was staged, and he got up and did the thing. And do you think that's all fake?
No. So I think this is when Scott Sarber brought that up. I do think the people in the crowd got taken out. They took a lick, but that was like a
But
blood.
you think that was part of the staging? Like it was still a staged event? That was just part of the plan.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say yeah. I'm pretty sure that was part of the plan, so that because I mean, you just have to think. This is one of the things. I'm sure you would have brought it up yourself, but even Scott Starbird, and this is a common thing that people bring up whenever someone says like, "Oh, you think Trump didn't really get shot? What about those people in the audience?" It's like, what about them? What's like? Of course, that makes it look real. And what does if there's some agency that's willing to pretend agency or government or something that's willing to stage a whole event to pretend Trump got assassinated to in my opinion to ensure possibly that certain things happen in Israel and or in the United States to the benefit of other countries possibly that might consider themselves our greatest ally. Yes, of course. If there's going to be, if the Trump assassination is going to ensure Trump gets elected, and then it gives extra backing to Israel so that they can kill more babies. You think they give a fuck about some guy in the audience shooting him? Of course not. I
I
mean,
think that's it. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
yeah, some of them
I,
are
I
really.
would have a tendency to disagree, especially after the second assassination attempt. What's the point of that then moving forward? It's just, I don't know.
Second assassin. I mean,
When they tried to shoot him on the golf course.
well, that might have been real. That barely. So the part of the reason that I think, I mean, that could have even been stage two. That guy was a fucking weirdo who was like, involved in Ukraine shit, like going to
Yeah.
protest and fight in Ukraine, and he was on all kinds of who knows what the fuck the deal was with that. But I
Well, and
mean,
you still hadn't got the report on him. Now I see why you're in so many fucking conspiracy theories. Never heard about him anymore.
the government leaves me no choice.
Yeah.
They leave me no choice but to come up with theories about stuff when they release bad, data and stuff that's just not even believable, downright insulting sometimes. It's like you gotta whatever. Doesn't mean I'm right,
I
but
thought your hat said DEI, not DEA.
yeah. I'm an agent tonight, baby. Not a DEI agent.
Yeah,
a
me
DEA
too.
agent. I'm reading the chat. Some people are saying that I think they're saying you are a deep fake, or maybe
In what way?
I don't know. I think that's
Oh,
their
I'm a
way of.
digital pig.
I think that's their way of roasting you.
Oh, boom, roasted.
I don't know. um, hold on, Richie. Alex Jones says the CIA was Epstein, bro, and the DOJ has to protect them. Oh, true.
Well, he was
Fucking.
definitely connected. And what happened to all those fucking videotapes? That's what I want to know.
So,
He had cameras all over that Manhattan fucking townhome. He had like 70 cameras,
dude, I know.
thousands of hours of tape.
And what are they gonna say, that he was just like? Is he gonna say what Bubba said when they got his tape? Like, oh, cuzzy, I just I just security cameras. They catch what they catch, and sometimes I just save the video. I don't know.
Well, that's like the whole thing. It's like the whole Diddy trial. Everybody's like, oh, he's got tapes on everybody. It's going to be so sensational. He's about to walk out of the fucking courthouse probably in the next day or two. Possibly.
Dude, and you guys, you know what? It didn't happen exactly how I said, but guys, come on. I pretty much called it. I pretty much called it straight off the bat when I read the indictment, that I was like, this, you guys, there has to be more than this. There's a reason that this indictment, it's like it's crazy to see it all laid out, how the government thinks that it happened with the racketeering stuff and whatever, having his employees in on it and everything. It was interesting to read, but I was just like, this is bullshit. He's involved in crazier shit than this. There's evidence he for sure had children at his white parties. Whether or not they actually left when it was over is to be debated, or to be seen. But yeah, man, and the Justin Bieber video. There's
That
like,
shit's creepy.
dude, there's if you don't think that video is creepy, you have no sense of creepiness.
That's beyond creepy.
So yeah.
The only thing that video says is he's had his dick up his ass. That's the only thing that video says, the way he puts his hands on him and this and that. And oh,
What I took away from that was Justin Bieber gets my car, but I get his hole. That's all. I don't remember anything that they actually said, but that's what I took away from that video.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I took away as well. It was it's like he was petting his head, and this is what's gonna happen now. It's like Michael Jackson shit, you know? You
Yeah.
want to ride the roller coaster?
Bro, and the Usher flavor camp stuff. This is like more proof that Diddy is doing, like, to some extent, doing weird stuff with minors.
Yeah.
We know, at least from this hearing, that Diddy was procuring male prostitutes and stuff, and fucking tie in Usher's accounts of the flavor camp stuff, where he didn't really say what happened, but he was basically like, it's adult stuff. And as a kid,
Apparently it's like a voyeur type deal, you know? Like they like to watch, I guess, but it's like I don't know if it's like what would you call it? Like a homoerotic thing or just a voyeur, or like they want to watch their chick get banged by another dude while they sit in the corner and, you know.
well, dude, that could be it, but it that could be just a really good excuse for being able to have all these people on cameras. Diddy's like, oh, I'm a freak, I just
Yeah.
watch that, but really he's got cameras and he's sitting out of frame. So all you have is a video of some fucking celebrity banging some little kid or something.
Yeah. Oh.
I like to watch that, yeah. And then he sits in the
Oh,
corner.
come on, man.
Adam Wiley said Bubba was framed. No, Bubba did the framing. He zoomed in. He panned. He edited. He did all of it. I got you framed up, cuzzy. Okay. All right. Well,
I'm sorry you cut out there for a minute. What'd you say?
I don't remember. So let's move on. Yeah, fucking. Anything else you wanted to add to the Epstein stuff? I kind of, I don't want to be on here super late.
No, yeah, absolutely. Get back to it. No, I absolutely think he was 86. I mean, that's bullshit.
So you think
And you can watch the video.
You think Epstein was taken out, but it's not on video? They're lying. He didn't take himself out.
Yeah, after the whole list thing came out and everything, and honestly, I'm very disappointed. I'm not Mr. Conspiracy like you, and ease up on the Jews, by the way. But no, I was very disappointed with that. And then I watched the video and Dan Bonagino's response and everybody and Pam Bondi and all that shit. And I was like, that's just fucking unreal. Disappointing.
Yeah, dude. The whole thing has been, I'll let you go in a minute, but yeah, the whole thing has been disappointing. You're totally right. And I put this in the caption. I'm sure most of y'all just clicked on it. You didn't really read it, but it's like every time they release some of these files, it's like, it's a test of faith for all of the, like, true, people that are still MAGA. This is a test of faith. Are you still gonna, like, praise Donald Trump for being the best president ever when Epstein died on his watch? Trump's ex-wife was really close friends with Ghislaine Maxwell. Let's see. Oh, and when they start releasing the Epstein files, there's literally nothing. Literally nothing. It is a joke. It's fucking shitty camera angles. Oh, and the client list that we've been referencing for years. Oh, actually, that doesn't even exist. So anyway, hopefully
same thing happened with the Kennedy
Tiger King or something coming out, so you guys will shut up about the Epstein list.
Yeah, well, they already made 2 seasons of that, and then they made like 2 spinoffs.
They're going to need to come up with something really good now to distract people.
Yeah.
We need a new show.
Well, that's like that conspiracy theory about, you ever see that, what was it called, Making a Murderer? And everybody was up in arms, oh, he's innocent, about Stephen Avery.
Yeah, I never watched that, but I did hear about it. Yeah, people got really...
That's a really funny thing when people buy into shit like that. Oh, you got the real deal. None of that peach tobacco tonight, huh? Your little grandpa pipe.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, sure, whatever. The real stuff. It's from the gas station.
Well, I just want to tell you I agreed with you. Boom, roasted.
Damn, bro. I'll never recover from that. All right. In that case, I'm going to hang up on you. All right. Love you, fat pig, even though you roast me too much. Oh, one more thing.
What's that?
No way he said, "What's that?" Oh God, I basically just did that to see if he would see it coming. Because I did that to him last time. Oh fuck. I love him. Guys, don't get it twisted. I love Fat Pig. Oh fuck. That's funny. Where the fuck were we? We're on Twitter. Okay, let me get back to here. All right, so let's take a look at here. Oh fuck, I gotta send this. link to myself. Or wait, let me see if I can. Hold on. So I'm going to bring this article up where one of our U.S. agents is claiming he was told Epstein is intelligence and to not look into whatever. What is it? Let's see if I can. Okay, here we go. Let me get you guys over to this tab. We'll take a quick look at this. Damn, it's 9:30 already. Guys, I got a lot going on. Let's just be real for 1 second. Ignore this ad for this ugly blue car. I don't even know what the Range Rover. Go fuck yourself. No one has money for a car. So yeah, my mom is in the fucking hospital. I almost didn't do the stream tonight. I was just really on the fence about it. My mom's in the fucking hospital, and her partner, who normally takes care of her, now got COVID and had to go home. And I was up at the hospital earlier. Luckily, my mom doesn't have COVID. Somehow she didn't get COVID. And she's immune deficient. I don't know how her partner got COVID and she didn't, but whatever. I'm sure she got it from the cafeteria or some bullshit. I don't know. They're both vaccinated, so take that with what you will. But yeah, guys, I'm fucking stressed out. I got a lot of shit going on. I know work tomorrow is gonna be interesting. Okay, sorry. That was actually a text from my boss. Yeah, oh no is right. My mom should be getting out this week, but that's, her caretaker has COVID now. So this is just complicated, or not caretaker, it's her partner. But, she takes care of her. She's sick now. And, I have a fucking job. It's just I'm stressed the fuck out. I'm glad I got on here, though. It's been fun for me so far. I hope you guys are having fun. The fat pig. You got me. Yeah, I did. You made me feel better, though, Fat Pig. Thank you for your call. I like Fat Pig's calls. By the way, where the fuck has Tampa Terry been? I have a goddamn song for his phone calls. Is Terry okay? Thomas Gilson, I appreciate it. Sending well wishes for your mom. Thank you, sir. Yeah, her breathing has just been way up and down and stuff. Has not been great. Guys, and hear this too. Bro, I don't know what the fuck is... Okay. I don't know enough about medical procedures, so to speak, to really break this down how I would like to. But for whatever it's worth to explain, hear me out here. So my mom went to the hospital. We're just digressing for a minute here, okay? My mom's breathing is always bad, all right? She's on a bunch of oxygen. She's got my mom literally has 4 or 5 concentrators in her house. She has at least 2 of them running at all times, sometimes 3, and they're up to she has them turned way up. Fucking her breathing is just, it's always not great, but she can at least sometimes she kind of stays in one chair a lot, and she'll watch TV and work on paperwork or whatever the fuck, but she stays in one spot a lot. And if she moves, her oxygen concentration drops pretty bad. It goes into the 80s and 70s and stuff. It's really not good. But sometimes it's really bad where she can't even walk to the bathroom, and then she's needs to go to the hospital, and that's, she got, once in a while she gets that bad and has to go to the hospital. And this happened again, and then they give her whatever steroids or whatever, and and sometimes here and there she'll have one time she had to go in and it turned out she had pneumonia or whatever the fuck. So we're like, okay, she might have something again when we go in. We go in, they fucking do blood tests on her and whatever. And the blood test, I was actually there for when the fucking infectious disease doctor, one of them, came in to explain what was happening. So I got to hear it myself. But it was interesting, and I don't know how to feel about it exactly. Not like I think it's like a medical malpractice type of thing or something, but it's like this is just like probably standards for the medical industry. So I don't think there's anything I can do. Not that I want to, but this is what happened. She got these blood tests done. If I'm not mistaken, she had a few done, like they take a few vials or whatever. They do like a couple rounds. I don't know what the exact case is, but I know in the few tests in the beginning, I think she tested negative once and then positive for 2 different bacteria, fucking some kind of infection in her blood. And they're like, oh fuck, that's really bad. And you have a port. That's like, it's a permanent port that stays in, a plastic thing that they can, I guess, inject for certain situations. If she's going to be somewhere long term, like a hospital, they can, or get surgery, they can do a PICC line or whatever. Instead of using an IV. So it's like something like that. Anyway, they're like, oh, you know what? If you have this infection, then we probably got to take that port out because this kind of infection likes plastic. It likes to stick to plastic. And my mom's like, fuck. And so they're like, we're going to test you again. And so, like I said, the one test, she was positive for one thing. The second test came back positive for a different thing and negative for the other thing. And they're like, well, yeah, that's really weird. So we're going to have to test you again to make sure. But as it is, it seems like it could have been that the samples we took got contaminated one way or another. There could have been something on her skin or whatever. I'm like, y'all have dirty ass labs. I bet you guys are testing back there, and your standards for cleanliness, these fucking nurses are reusing gloves or whatever the fuck y'all are doing back there. My mom isn't dirty. This is a dirty ass hospital. That's what it is. And anyway, and so they started treating her for this bacterial infection, which I think was mainly antibiotics. I'm not sure if there's something else that they gave her, but anyway. And then they come back and they're like, oh, yeah, so we did our recent tests and they're negative. So, yeah, I guess that was, it could have been contaminated. Or actually, you know what? Because we started giving her the antibiotics, maybe the antibiotics killed the bacteria really quickly. I'm like, yeah. Okay, so anyway, that's what we're dealing with now. My mom could have been out of the hospital, but she had a false positive, it looks like, on some kind of blood test, so they kept her there longer, just absolutely milking her health insurance and treating her for something she probably didn't have. and then now, I have to have to check in again. She's negative for COVID, but I guess they're still debating taking the PICC thing out. And remember, I said they wanted to take this PICC line, which is a permanent thing that they leave in your chest so they can go to that instead of using an IV on you or whatever. So it's something like that. I don't know exactly. I don't have one. Now they're talking about still possibly taking that out, so she needs to stay longer so they can take that out. But you wanted to take that out because she had this bacterial infection. It's like, and so she's just fucking sitting there helpless. Well, my brother should be there now, but, she's not alone. But anyway, she's fucking sitting there, and it seems like, if I'm, Funny Face says, you're right about the PICC line. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I didn't want to, I wasn't exactly sure, so I didn't want to act too sure about it, but I was pretty sure. Anyway, she needs a different hospital. It's actually... So she's at Tampa General, and I'm not trying to throw them under. In fact, I didn't say their name yet, but just to be look, Tampa General is pretty good. I think it was it's not. I don't necessarily think it's them being mischievous or something like, oh, we're just milking this insurance, so say she's got an infection. But it's like, you have a way, especially if you have a motive of you want to get paid as a nurse, doctor, whatever, and your protocol just happens to support every possibility that you could squeeze a few extra dollars out of someone's insurance. That's just the luck of the medical industry. We accidentally got a false positive, so we accidentally had to keep you there and treat you, and accidentally signed you up for this other procedure because of the accidental false positive. And it's just like it snowballs. And then you never leave the hospital. So, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Rainey. Your stepdad's in the hospital. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, one thing I can say, guys, is whatever, if you're, you can't always be there, but you got to try to, if you have someone in the hospital you care about, you kind of got to keep someone. This is just from my experience. I've had a lot of sick family members. My grandparents got really sick and whatever, was in the hospital a long time and then had to live with us and whatever. It's just, you have to be there with the person. And no matter what hospital, because it's just that really seems to be consistent across the board, that the patient will get more care if they see that they have family there that is to some degree ensuring that. Because, yeah, I've been there when my grandma's like out cold and, sitting in shit. I've been there. I've seen some things. So let's get back to this. Sorry, we digress way too. I got to get off of here in a minute. What page do I have you guys on? Let me see. Is that okay? Okay, so this is where we were, guys. Epstein belonged to intelligence. They're gonna hope that you all have amnesia, so we need to look back at what's been reported and what's been said, so when they try to change the story, you go, hey, wait, you said this, and it's completely conflicting, and there's no way you could have just... How would you just not know for fucking... How many years? 5 years? 6 years? Everyone's been wanting to see the client list, and no one knew that there was just no client list? Okay. I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone. Interesting. Let's take a look at this. United States, February 22nd, Labor Secretary Alex Acosta is interviewed during the Conservative Political Action Conference at the Gaylord National Resort in wherever the fuck, whenever the fuck. Okay. In my earlier post, I mentioned the reporting of Vicky Ward, who did a lengthy piece on Epstein for Vanity Fair in 2003, and is now revisiting the story in the Daily Beast. Ward had a detailed version of the underage girl's part of the story, but Vanity Fair cut that from the 2003 story. I wanted to flag your attention to a passage in her latest piece at the Daily Beast, which reports that Acosta told Trump transition officials that he'd been told to back off the Epstein case at the time, and that was why he gave Epstein such a generous deal. Oh, fuck, man. They're going to pretend this didn't happen, guys. We're pretending this didn't happen, okay? Truth is Unbreakable is up here. What's up? Absolutely, and advocate when one's in the hospital and rehab facilities, yeah. If you care, you gotta be there. Okay, we got that. Okay, here's the passage. Yeah, so Daily Beast reporter Acosta told Trump transition officials that he'd been told to back off the Epstein case. Epstein's name, I was told, had been raised by the Trump transition team when Alexander Acosta, the former U.S. attorney in Miami who'd infamously cut Epstein a non-prosecution plea deal back in 2007. He was being interviewed for the job of labor secretary. The plea deal put a hard stop to a separate federal investigation of alleged sex crimes with minors and trafficking. Well, how about that, guys? How about that? The plea deal put a hard stop to a separate federal investigation on these types of crimes with these people. Yep. Is the Epstein case going to cause a problem for confirmation hearings? Acosta had been asked. Acosta had explained breezily, apparently, that back in the day, he'd had just one meeting on the Epstein case. He'd cut the non-prosecution deal with one of Epstein's attorneys because he had been told to back off, that Epstein was above his pay grade. I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence! And to leave it alone. He told his interviewers in the Trump transition who evidently thought that was a sufficient answer and went ahead and hired Acosta. Oh, fuck, man. Fuck it. Hey, fuck it. It's just the federal government. It's quite hard to know what to make of this claim. As one of my colleagues just pointed out to me, the dialogue itself seems more out of Hollywood than something you'd hear from a former U.S. attorney. On its face, this sounds like second or third hand information, which puts some question over its reliability, and that is fair to say. But, Bro, he look, guys, it's a U.S. attorney. Someone is saying this to a U.S. attorney, and so he has to strike a plea. He has to strike a deal with him, and went light on Epstein, and it ended another investigation into Sizex trafficking crimes involving Miziners. That I'm sorry, but how are you're gonna tell me like, oh well, that was someone that told him and now he's telling us, so it's like, so that's such and such degrees of separation from the actual da da da. I'm sorry, the fucking US attorney was told not to fucking fuck with this guy because he's intelligence. That makes this reliable. I'm sorry, but that it at least makes it reliable enough that the prosecutor fucking believed it and had to follow through with cutting a deal with him and ending this other investigation. Oh, I wonder, if they don't have a client list, I wonder why they don't have a client list. It's because the government was told not to investigate. Maybe that's why. I don't know, guys. Okay. Second or third hand information, which puts some question over its reliability and may explain the movie script dialogue. More importantly, Acosta is hardly a reliable fact witness in this case. He has every reason to deflect responsibility for the deal he made with Epstein. Finally, it seems highly improbable that Epstein belonged to intelligence. Oh, right. It's so improbable, guys. Dude, that is so funny. How are they... Dude, that is hilarious. How are you going to say... Bro, they are saying that the U.S. attorney dropped all of the investigation and slapped Epstein on the wrist instead of having him quartered. Okay? All of this, all the brakes were put on all of this over something that's not reliable. Holy fuck. You guys realize, like, either way that's really, like, this is a joke. You guys get that, right? You understand? Either way, whatever the truth is, either way, it's like it's a big middle finger in our faces, right? So either Epstein is intelligence and the prosecutor was actually told not to investigate because Epstein is intelligence, or that's not true and they just dropped all of the investigation and charges. You understand how either way, it's a double-sided dildo. Either way, you're getting penetrated somehow. Okay. Down to this. Okay, that's the end of this. Hold on. What does seem plausible, though, is that Epstein had many very high-profile defenders. Why? Why does he have so many high-profile defenders? I wonder. And that this somehow translates into messages. This is somehow translated into message to back off or to make the situation go away with as little publicity and pressure on Epstein as possible. We can blame Acosta for the deal he cut, but that doesn't explain why he did. Getting told to back off or hearing directly from a bunch of Epstein's higher roller friends sounds like a logical supposition. It certainly seems worth asking under oath what Acosta told transition officials when he was angling for and getting his current cabinet position. Yeah, that's interesting. They're getting interviewed by the Trump transition team, and he's like, look, guys, I just want to tell you, I can play ball, okay? I know how to work. You want to do a pro wrestling style work? I know how to do it. You see, I was told to back off of Epstein, and I backed off. You're hired! Oh, okay. Oh, OG7's in here. What's up, Famalam? Oh, thank you. Like, comment. Yeah, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. I need the support. We're fighting algorithms. I'm fighting demons and I'm fighting algorithms. Dude, how do you know that many people and you're not involved in intelligence? Yeah. How do you get a free mansion from the owner of Victoria's Secret? In fact, let's take a look at that because I pulled this up on a different page because I forget what happened with the whole Victoria's Secret Wexner thing. Hold on. Get you guys to this tab. Oh God, tits. Okay, what exactly was the connection between Victoria's Secret and Jeffrey Epstein? Oh God, I gotta smoke a bowl. Fuck. All right, let's read through this real quick, and I'm sure I'll get off of here. And yeah, there's not that much. Okay, let's take a look at this. For decades, Victoria's Secret was the final word in U.S. lingerie, the store that defined sexy for a generation of young women and constantly assured its customers that perfection was just one push-up bra away. In 2018, though, comments widely seen as transphobic and fatphobic from Chief Marketing Officer Ed Razik cast a Paul? God, I'm retarded. That's a 4-letter word. I don't know. Cast a pall on the brand's power to influence. Razik soon stepped down, but questions had already been raised about who exactly was behind the curtain at Victoria's Secret. Unfortunately, as the new documentary series Victoria's Secret Angels and Demons explores Razik's comments and the accusations of misconduct and harassment made against him, weren't the only checkered part of the brand's past. Financier and cis-sexual Priz editor Jeffrey Epstein also played a role. Find out why below. Yeah, guys, how do you end up just getting a mansion gifted to you by Victoria's Secret and you're best friends with the Clintons? There's definitely no reason to think that this guy is part of intelligence. Okay. In a 2019 New York Times expose titled How Jeffrey Epstein Used the Billionaire Behind Victoria's Secret for Wealth and Women, a team of journalists found that in the 90s, Epstein served as an advisor to Les Wexner, Victoria's Secret chief executive. He stepped down in 2020. During the time, Epstein tried to pose as a recruiter for the brand in order to have access to young models. But he wasn't sharing them. He wasn't getting them for his friends, guys. He was going to fuck all 10,000 of these women with his egg-shaped dick. That's what Epstein's plan. He wasn't trafficking women for anyone but himself. He was going to shove his little egg-shaped dick inside of all fucking 50,000 Victoria's Secret models. Let's read about it. No one else is involved. There's no list, guys. In 97, then 27-year-old model Alicia Arden was invited to a hotel room by Epstein, supposedly to discuss appearing in the Victoria's Secret catalog. Instead, as she recalls in Angels and Demons, Epstein grabbed and tried to undress her. This took place less than a year after Epstein assaulted Maria Farmer, who was working on a project for him in Wexner's Ohio home. She testified that she fled the room and called the police, but that Mr. Wexner's security staff refused to let her leave for 12 hours. Holy fuck. Sounds like my fucking flight to Wyoming. Got stuck in Denver for like a whole goddamn day. At least I wasn't getting butt fucked by a hard-boiled egg. How deep did the Wexner-Epstein relationship go? Quite deep, as it turns out. The two were introduced by insurance executive Robert Meister in the mid to late 1980s. Gotta check up on this guy, too. Might want to check his hard drive. And the New York Times story noted that Wexner eventually authorized Epstein to borrow money on his behalf to sign his tax returns to hire people and make acquisitions. Documentary series also noted the business and financial influence that Epstein appeared to have on Wexner and Epstein's working relationship with Ed Razek. As Wexner responded to the claims, his attorney issued the following statement, which is cited in the series. The issue of Epstein claiming an association with Victoria's Secret was raised on one occasion with Mr. Wexner. He confronted Epstein and was clear that it was a violation of company policy for him to suggest that he was associated in any way with Victoria's Secret and that Epstein was forbidden from ever doing so again. Epstein denied having done so. However, sources in the series expressed their skepticism that Wexner actually took action to stop Epstein's behavior. Okay, so that was it. That's it. So I kind of wanted to read through that to see if there was anything conflicting with what the FBI are saying now. Him and his egg. I'm looking for something. Yeah, so the CIA connection with Epstein. God damn it, my connection is absolute dog shit tonight. Unfucking believable. It's been shitty all night. It's fucking CIA throttling me. So I don't remember the connection, but I know there's like there is a CIA connection with Epstein and right? Peter Thiel and Palantir. Am I crazy? I forget what it is. Um yeah, so Epstein, there is at least he put 40 million into Peter Thiel's firm. Guys, I'm telling you, like, I know there's people that know the ins and outs of this way more than me, and but I'm telling you guys, even with my dumb little brain, I'm sensing some bad connections here. Let me bring you guys to this tab. Sensing some bad stuff here, guys. Epstein's secret investment with GOP mastermind nets a state $130 million. So, yeah, Epstein is like friends with one of the fucking mega donors for the Republican Party. No big deal. Republican megadonor Peter Thiel's firm struck an investment deal with Jeffrey Epstein that has netted the accused Syzex Trizafiker estate $130 million, making it the largest remaining asset. Years before Epstein, disappeared in 2019, he invested $40 million into a pair of funds managed by Valor Ventures, a firm that was co-founded by Thiel. The New York Times reported Wednesday. His investment has since grown to be worth $170 million. That's some really good kids' money. That's some really good baby blood money right there. Those investments made in 2015 and 2016 remain a secret until the Times report. They shed additional light on the relationship between Thiel, the Palantir Technologies co-founder. Guys, remember, Palantir is basically it's the CIA. Palantir is the company that the CIA uses to spy on Americans, to gather data on Americans. And Palantir is the company that Donald Trump awarded. Sorry, I meant to go here. That Donald Trump awarded a contract to use Palantir for them to use their artificial intelligence to make profiles on all American citizens. So every time you ever interact with some fucking government agency or whatever the fuck, normally, you do something at the... Oh, fuck, I got pop-ups. Hold on. Normally, whatever, you interact with different state, local, whatever, governments, agencies, all that information, all that data is separate with that specific company. They're going to use this Palantir. I forget what the actual program or the thing is called, but it's the Palantir technology that they're going to use, the AI tech that they have to make profiles, gathering all of that data and culminating it into one profile thing for the government to have access on like every bit of information possible on you. This is Palantir. And that again is the CIA company. Basically, the CIA was awarded a contract for the CIA's private company to spy on Americans. And this is the guy getting funding from Jeffrey Epstein. So the investments, we read that. Reports revealing meetings between Epstein and Thiel first emerged in 2023, but the extent of their relationship remained murky. The Daily Beast uncovered emails that show that Thiel and Epstein were scheduled to have multiple meetings in 2014, including a dinner between the two men and Woody Allen. Dear God. Epstein, in addition to being a registered SysX offender since 2008, was known in elite circles as a socialite and financier. He is believed to have made his millions by charging hefty fees for providing tax and estate services to billionaires. It was rare for Epstein to make investments. Bro, so that's an even stronger connection. It was rare for Epstein to make investments. He saves his investment money for CIA affiliated companies only, ladies and gentlemen. But he's not an agent. Okay? Don't get crazy. Hefty fees, It was rare for Epstein to make investments, the Times reported, but he chose to do so with Thiel and Valor Ventures, which specializes in providing startup capital. How about that? Sounds like they're just friends, guys. Sounds like it's not a big deal. Like they're just they're buddies, you know? Thiel, 57, gay, did not respond to a request for comment from the Daily Beast. Forbes reported he is worth 20.8 billion, making him about the 100th richest person in the world and the richest gay guy ever. Aaron Curtis, a spokesperson for Valor Ventures, said that their firm representative met with Epstein in 2014 because he was considered a well-known advisor to world leaders, top universities, and philanthropic organizations. Advisor to world leaders? That's funny because that's like what the CIA does. Oh, fuck. Curtis told the Times that the firm hopes that the eventual distribution of these investments can be put to positive use by helping victims move forward with their lives. Fuck me. Epstein went missing while awaiting trial in Manhattan under Donald Trump's watch in a Manhattan detention facility on federal SysX trafficking charges. Much of his wealth was dispersed to his roughly 200 victims as restitution, with totals ranging from 500,000 to 2 million per victim. Jesus. Yeah, guys. So these 200 victims, they weren't procured for anybody else. Jeffrey, in fact, there are more. There's about 2,000, and he shoved his egg-shaped penis inside of every last one of them, and that's all he's guilty of. Those trafficked or abused by Epstein are unlikely to be given any additional money from the Valor Ventures investment, the Times reported. Rather, the money is more likely to be distributed to one of Epstein's ex-girlfriends, along with two of his long-term advisors who had been named the beneficiaries of his estate, according to the Times. That's nice. Valor Ventures investment makes up the vast majority of the remaining value in Epstein's estate. The estate is worth approximately $200 million in total, down from the $600 he had in assets at the time of his arrest. $170 million investment is still locked up, according to according to the Times, meaning the funds cannot be paid out in cash. This is likely because Valor Ventures is a venture capital firm, and investments of that nature are typically imposed extended lockup periods to allow the companies being funded to grow. So Epstein's end has been subject to many conspiracy theories, particularly from the right. Thiel addressed some of these theories himself in a Financial Times op-ed in January, in which he described Epstein as a chiseled Syzex Fizender. In August, he went full tinfoil hat on Epstein's death while talking to podcaster Joe Rogan. Jesus Christ, suggesting Bill and Melinda Gates may have had something to do with it. Guys, this is like, I'm sorry, but this is like, this is the weirdest, messiest fucking prevalent conspiracy theory. I mean, think about this shit. Fucking Peter Thiel gets fucking money from Epstein. Peter Thiel is the head of a CIA company getting money from Jeffrey Epstein for investments. Epstein dies. Epstein was friends with Trump, and Epstein's girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, was like besties with Trump's ex-wife. The Epsteins are very close with the Clintons, and Ghislaine Maxwell close with the Clintons. I mean, guys, it's like I said, it's a problem when the options on the ballot, all of them are friends with Epstein. That is a problem. Maybe even worse than I could have possibly fathomed. But just think about how perfect this is. Both sides are just going like, oh, we weren't that close with him. The other guys, the Democrats, they're friends with him. It's the Clintons. You know what? I'm Peter Thiel. I'm on Joe Rogan's podcast. I run a CIA company and got money, millions of dollars from Jeffrey Epstein. But you know what? It was probably the Clintons that took him out. They were closer friends with him. It's definitely not Donald Trump, who has pictures with him and stuff, and even talked about how he was friends. Remember Donald Trump saying he was friends with the Clintons? Does anybody remember that? And here we go. No matter what side you're on, we've got someone from your side who is associated with Jeffrey Epstein, and it's just a big fucking murky mess. It's the fucking Spider-Man meme. Everyone on each side has connections to Epstein in very real ways, tangible, real ways, and everyone's pointing the finger at the other side like, oh, you know what? The Clintons, you know what? Bill was on his plane a lot. I mean, more than Trump, so it's definitely the Democrats. They're all the weirdos, guys. Don't look over here. Now that the Republicans are in power, oh, look at that. There's no client list. You know what? I guess Bill Clinton really didn't do anything, guys. We don't even have Bill Clinton's name written down anywhere. I mean, surely we should have seen that, right? So Bill Clinton did nothing wrong. He just went to an island. They just went and hung out. They played fucking frisbee golf out there or something. Steve Jackson up in here. This should tell you that we have no government and we are slaves on the plantation. Bro, I'm pretty much there. Agreeing with you. I'm just like, I'm so done. I'm sorry, Trump. I don't care. You guys know, whatever. I try to score things fairly, but it's like, I am so done associating with either side of this fucking bullshit nightmare, murky mess of a government that we have. It's such a joke. And Joe Rogan, I don't know what the fuck. I mean, Rogan, come on. You had someone, I didn't watch that whole podcast. I watched some of it though. I did. And It's just like, come on, man. You're going to let someone who's running a CIA company who got tens of millions of dollars invested from Epstein, who, as we just saw, the media reports it as rare for Epstein to invest his hard trafficked money into anything. You're one of the few people who got tens of millions of dollars out of Epstein's hands. And you're going to go, yeah, I got $40 million, but look how many pictures the Clintons have with him. They probably killed him off. That's just like, I'm insulted. I'm officially insulted. You should be too. Let me see. Let me check 1 second. Make sure there isn't something I'm missing from that I have saved here on this. Oh yeah, well I guess let's watch this. This is a funny. So I only saw about a minute into this, and I said let's save it. Let's save it because it would be interesting. Sounds like it's an interesting conversation. Okay, so this is from Instagram. This is from the PBD podcast. I saved this clip on the gram. We're going to watch this and we'll probably get out of here in a minute. All right. So this guy is pretty smart. The guys on this show, they have good debates and conversations, and I like that within the show itself, they do a lot of they do debate back and forth. They're not all singing from the same hymn book here. They have different opinions, and they let the debates get fairly heated on here. You guys know I've been critical sometimes of Patrick Bet-David when he has certain people on and sort of debates them on stuff, and guys, I'm not the best debater. I don't know shit, but it's like I watch a lot of them, and sometimes Patrick Bet-David is just a little bit like sloppy when it comes to debating people on stuff like that. He's a business-minded guy, and he is certainly. When I hear him talk about the ins and outs and his business take on certain things, he's intelligent. He's not stupid, but he's not the best debater. But I do like it when the other guys on the show, and even Patrick too, debate each other on shit. At least it shows they're not all just lapping up each other's cum here. Should have found a different way to word that, but let's go.
We are built on pedophilia and blackmailing the most powerful
What do you
people.
mean we are built? Define that. Do you mean our entire country, our entire government, our entire FBI, CIA?
I'm saying this.
Or there's just one little operation that
Adam,
they don't want to expose.
Whoever he was working for, Epstein.
One little operation. Holy fuck.
Mossad, CIA, everything. Apparently, the most powerful people on the world were flying to an island and having sex with underage kids because she said it. There's tens of thousands of hours of them doing it. If we're built on that and the most powerful people that are running the show are in charge.
Yeah, guys, that is another thing. Didn't Pam Bondi also verify that there's like he said tens of thousands. I don't remember the number, but I thought they verified that there was a bunch of tapes of people. Who are these people?
The guy's telling Cash Patel, the thing that you just read, shut up. Shut up about it. Hold on, you know who I am. He knows who I am. I want accountability for everybody. If it's Trump, if it's Bill Gates, if it's Bill Clinton, I don't give a shit. If it's the president of anything, expose them because, Adam, the truth has to come out.
Okay, so I only have one question for you, my dear friend. I agree with you, but at what price?
Take a deep breath.
Okay. But hear me out. At what price?
At any price, Adam.
So you're saying to expose whatever happened on Epstein Island, you're willing to do whatever this looks like.
Yes.
Tear down the government. Expose all the secrets.
Dude, this is a fairly, this is a good, not super deep, but deep philosophical question. What if, and you hate to have to be this charitable, especially to the government. But what if just imagine if the world is really this dark, that what if there was some situation where the CIA or Mossad or whatever, some elements of our government are using this unfortunate suffering of children in their schemes to get information out of people that actually could save lives or something. I mean, what if that is like the most charitable, best possible explanation for or excuse for what is going on. If there was actually some terrible, terrible, violent organization, let's just say that was going to do terrorist attacks or take out politicians, lethally take out politicians. What if there was some kind of organization that was stopped because this is actually something that's going on? That our government is using children as pawns in a scheme to stop something worse than the suffering of living children, right? So you're using children suffering, them being trafficked to different world leaders or whoever, people in positions of power, to use that to blackmail them into what eventually equates to people's lives being saved, right? So you're unfortunately saving people's lives by making children suffer, but is the suffering, is that worse than the death of these other people in this theoretical, way far too charitable situation that I am explaining here? I mean, it's a good argument, and this guy is. I'd like to clown him, and I probably will by the end of this. I haven't seen past this part here, but this is a fair point. I mean, I think it's way early in the conversation to be throwing this theoretical situation out here, because we get it if there's like some elements of this that's just too much on the line that you can't release. But we are like, actually, you need to come up with if you're in the government, if you're an FBI, if you're Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, you need a better game plan than lying to us at this level that is actually insulting, right? I mean, that's just like, what we're being given is so insulting and disappointing every time they hype up releasing Epstein stuff and it turns out to not prove anything or be valuable in any way. I mean, yes, it's a problem. We can't trust our fucking government no matter who's in office. Almost sounds like there's a deep state or something, but I won't say that there is. I'm just saying it sounds like it. No matter what side gets their people in office, no one can give us what we're looking for, and at least speak to us in a way that we don't feel like you think we're retarded.
Put America.
But we're still in that, as I'm saying, we're still in that conversation of teasing this apart and realizing, okay, we're being lied to. It's insulting. They're changing the story. They're changing history. We have people that left the fucking, that were in, what was it, Biden? I forget it. Yeah, Biden's, whatever, attorney general, whoever the fuck, saying that he was told not to pursue Epstein because he's part of intelligence. They're going to just hope you forget that and look at this video. And it's insulting. So we're still there. We're still waking up to like, hey, wait, I think the government is actually lying to us. And hey, wait, it looks like even the guy I voted for, that I had a sliver of hope, even he isn't helping us with this, giving us what we want, letting justice be served. We're still at the very beginning stage. This guy's jumping way ahead to, well, you know what? What if what if we actually do have to keep trafficking children and having them abused? Because that's the grease for this disgusting fucking machine that we're operating in.
Basically in harm's way, just to find out what's up.
What do you mean, Adam?
Because these are the most powerful people in the world.
Yeah.
They're apparently on this island.
Adam, so let the truth be told or the heavens fall. I don't care.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
Adam. And that's who Vincent O'Shana is. I am
right.
100% accountability, and I don't give a if that's what we were built
but at
on.
what price?
I don't give a
tearing
shit. There is
down
no
America?
price.
So to be fair, this guy really, I hope I'm not starting and stopping this too much, but this guy isn't actually considering. He's saying at every price, and it sounds really good, and I feel the vibe, brother. I want to be right there with you, but I don't think this guy is considering, like, what if this trafficking scheme means that your family doesn't get taken out or something. I mean, it's just, we're really floating all the possibilities and trying to be super charitable with everyone's side here. I don't think he's considering the fact that what if it's literally because our government traffics some kids to some world leaders, that's the only thing stopping us getting nuked by Iran or something. He's not thinking about that because obviously if there was a nuke aimed for this guy's part of town or anywhere, we obviously there's worse problems or there's more problems than just your area that you live in getting hit with a nuke. It could cause global issues if we have a nuclear war, okay? He's not even considering something like that, where it could be something that crazy.
So the price is, Adam, God.
So
God's
you want
the price.
You're going
to answer them anyway.
You want to rule a city of ashes.
I don't give a shit if it's built on pedophilia and raping kids. Yes, because
you're being emotional.
No, I'm not. I'm being real.
You have to understand.
I'm being real.
The whole concept of do you want to cut your nose off to spite your face? There might be an issue. But you want to cut your whole nose off and ruin your entire face because you care that much about this entire issue.
If the machine is running right now because pedophiles are running the show and they're telling him, shut the hell up because we're all pedophiles, knock it down. And my last thing, pal,
I'm totally with you there. To be real, I don't think I truly, like I said, we're still in the beginning stages, and the zeitgeist of American culture. We're still really in the beginning phases of everybody understanding, like, we're getting lied to no matter what. I don't think people are even ready to consider what, I mean, yes, I agree. If we are living and benefiting from being in a system that is run on children's blood, ideally, I mean, yeah, it'd be nice if that was changed. I don't think people can even fathom how much things would have to change for that to, yeah. Funny face. But DMS, what if it's his family that is being fed to the machine? I don't think you want my opinion enough, so we can debate this another night, fat pig. What if it's his family? Well, obviously, yeah. Whoever, yeah. Yeah, if you are the victim of the machine, what you're saying, the guy on PBD? I don't think one of his kids is a trafficking victim. Yeah, it's all effed. I'm going to play the rest of this.
Bothering me about what he said is we're not going to re-victimize the girls and the victims. We're not going to do it.
Cash?
Yes, yeah, Cash. Guess what? Nobody wants to see any girl. I don't want to see any kids, male, boy, underage. Blur them out. But who's the guy that's touching them? Who's the guy that's molesting them and raping them?
Yeah, that's the FBI pretending that they don't have the capability to edit video. That's what that is.
This is a horrible argument. It's absolutely ridiculous. We are built on pedophilia and blackmailing the most powerful
What do you
people.
mean we are built? Define that. Do you mean our entire country, our entire government, our entire FBI, CIA?
I'm saying this. Whoever,
or this is one little operation that
Adam,
they don't want to expose.
Whoever he was working for, Epstein, Mossad, CIA, everything. Apparently, the most powerful people on the world were flying to an island and having sex with underage kids because she said it. There's tens of thousands of hours of them doing it. If we're built on that and the most powerful people that are running the show are in charge, the guys telling Cash Patel, the thing that you just read, shut up. Shut up about it. Hold on, you know who I am. He knows who I am. I want accountability for everybody. If it's Trump, if it's Bill Gates, if it's Bill Clinton, I don't give a shit if it's the president of anything.
Yeah, guys. Funny Face said, I know his family isn't, but there's 2 tokens to the coin on this. It can help and it also hurts. Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude, that's sort of the philosophical conundrum we're in here. As the most charitable idea to say that what if the suffering of these children actually equates to saving some lives? But then again, guys, this is where I'm kind of on the aggressive, the loud guy. I forget his name from PBD we were just watching. Where I'm sort of on his side with this. It's like, I don't think I'm willing to accept that there's some, the hypothetical type of situations people will give you that you have to figure out whatever the fuck. It's sort of like the situation, and I don't like Jordan Peterson's, the way he reacted to being on Jubilee with most of the questions and stuff. Like, some of it wasn't that great, but it's sort of like in the situation where they were asking Jordan Peterson, the one TikTok twink, I forget his name, but he was asking Jordan Peterson to lie. He's like, would you lie? Jordan Peterson's like, pretty much like, I don't lie. I say things that I believe in and da-da-da-da-da. And so the kid's like, well, what if you were in Nazi Germany and you had Jewish people in your house hiding them to save them, and the Nazis came to your door? Would you lie and tell them that you don't have Jewish people in your house, da-da-da-da-da? And Jordan Peterson was pretty much like, he was pretty much saying, I don't accept the hypothetical, which is, it's kind of a cop-out, a little bit. It really kind of depends. But in that situation, it felt like a little bit of a cop-out. But Jordan Peterson eventually, and it was, I think, not the best thought out, sort of sloppy, he kind of put himself in a corner by pretty much saying like, oh, I'll never have to lie about anything ever, da-da-da. But Jordan Peterson pretty much was like, I don't accept the hypothetical. And that's sort of like, I didn't need to digress that much to say that, but that's sort of where I'm at with this. When someone like this, the other guy on PBD that was saying like, you really want, how deep does this go? And how much are you willing to tear down of our system to get rid of this fucking child Sizek Slizave ecosystem within our governments? How much are you willing to tear down and destroy of our government, of society, of whatever the fuck, just to stop the trafficking stuff and children being victims? And he's like, I don't care, it doesn't matter, whatever. Dude, I'm kind of there where I go, look, my iPhone is pretty cool, but you know what? I think I actually would function better in life if I didn't have to consider children's blood being stained on my iPhone when I'm using it. whatever, technology's really cool. Does that mean that I'm okay with baby's blood? It's like, I don't believe I'm almost there where I'm just like, I don't sign on to this philosophical, fucking, hypothetical where it's like, what if, guys? Look, so far all we know is they aren't telling us the truth. But what if they aren't telling us the truth because the truth would really, really hurt? It's like, I'm sorry. We just found out that you guys are terrorizing children, and that you're telling me that our economy depends on terrorizing children. And so I have to consider how much of torture of kids I'm willing to allow to happen for society to be able to function as well as it is. Because it's really cool living in a city and whatever and having to. I've refused. I'm pretty much there. I'm just like, I don't believe. I don't think our situation is that. I could have that philosophical conversation. Like I was saying, you're being super charitable. What if it's like literally children getting orchard is stopping nuclear war or something? I refuse to. I'm just about there of saying I refuse to even believe for a second that a child sex slave blackmail ring is required to have democracy. Call me stupid, but yeah, I'm not quite there. All right, guys. Well, as per usual, we fucking edged each other for like over 2 hours and learned nothing. Well, that's not my fault. That's the government's fault, okay? Because they gave us nothing. So how am I supposed to report anything here when they give us nothing? All right. So anyway, I love you guys. I do got to get out of here. I stayed on way too late. I meant to get off at 9 something. But, I hate to... When I get you all here and everybody's like wanting to hang and talk about stuff, I don't want to fucking, get you on here and leave you high and dry. So anyway, what are we doing? Tomorrow we'll get into some shit. Hopefully I won't have to stream from the hospital. We'll see, guys. I may have to stream from my mom's hospital room one of these days this week. We'll see. But yeah, guys, this has been Dark Times with your favorite little twink, Dark Match Steve. That's me. I'll see you guys tomorrow in some regard, in some fashion. We'll see. But yeah, everybody have a good night. I'll be in the Bubba Army chat in the morning. I wasn't today. I got up super late today. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be in the Bubba Army chat in the morning. They are 6 to 10 Eastern Time, AM. Then Scott Starbird goes on at 6 p.m. That's our boy. I'll be up in that chat. I'll be balls deep in that chat. And I'll be balls deep with my egg-shaped penis in Scott Starbird's chat. That's from 6 to 7. I believe Alex Stein goes live tomorrow at 7. This is our evening lineup I'm giving you here, ladies and gentlemen. So 6 is Scott Starbird, 7 Alex Stein, and then I hop on 8 p.m. for a happy ending, so to speak. So I'll see you then, guys. Everybody take it easy. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Where's our... Sorry, we got a new setup here. I'm trying to get to our outro music. Here we go. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Mwah. Ah.